control. Watch him become a god.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jeremy here, coming to you from the office. Man, look at this room. Got the wheels back there, got the engine cover. You can't see above the engine cover, but I got a little SS Camaro license plate up there. Kind of just put this room together recently just so I could have a little spot to edit my videos and all that. So it's actually the first time making a video in here. So a little excited about that. Man, I'm such a nerd. But anyways, so today I want to talk about the 5 cheapest, not necessarily cheapest, but the 5 most affordable modifications that you can do to your Camaro that's going to add the most power. I know I just said I'm going to talk about the top 5 things that are going to add the most power to your car. Forget I said that. There's actually going to be 4 power adders I'm going to add in this, but the first thing, and this is going to be probably the cheapest thing you can buy that's actually worth something, and that's going to be the BMR drop springs. Now you can actually get these straight off of bmrsuspension.com. I'm actually going to put a link below to everything I talk about in this video. But first off, that's going to be the first bang for your buck, man. I'm looking at it right now online. $239, free shipping, and it looks so good. It looks amazing. You can get a kit and do a lot more than just the springs. All I did was the springs. I'm not making tons of power, but I did want the car to handle a little bit better, and these springs actually did that for me. And though they advertise it as a 1-inch drop, I actually measured mine, and mine went down probably, what was it, 1.5 inches to 1.8 inches. And I was really impressed. It's got a nice stance on it, and it really fits well if you decide to put bigger tires in the back like I did. I've got 315s in the back, and it just sits nice and flush with the quarter panel and the fenders. So definitely a good buy. It's not going to add power, but it is going to help the handling of the car. And they've got a lot of other products. When I put the link in the description, just check out their website too. They've got trailing arms, tow rods, sway bars, a lot of stuff that's going to stop the wheel hop on your Camaro too. Which I haven't got around to doing that yet, but plan on it soon because wheel hop sucks. You get a lot of wheel hop. Alright, so to the power adders. This is going to be number 4 on the list. Cold air intake. Now this can range in price, it's ridiculous. So you could range probably, I don't know, $60 from an eBay cold air intake to, man, probably upwards of $500. And I believe that's what mine cost brand new. And luckily I had a subscriber, Cami1LE, she actually sent me out her old cold air inductions intake. Reason being, I think she went with a RotoFab, which is an awesome intake. But yeah, she sent me hers. I had a Canon Blackhawk, and I actually kind of paid it forward and sent that to one of my subscribers. And he seems to be pretty happy with that. But yeah, cold air intake. I mean, I'm looking right here now. There's some for $484. That's a Chevy Performance, so that's from GM, that's why. You can get a Spectra intake, don't get Spectra, $154. If you're going to look for an intake, you don't want to spend tons of money like you would on a cold air inductions or a RotoFab. The best thing to do, probably, I would say K&N. I had the K&N Blackhawk series on mine. Let's see what that cost. So, this varies per vehicle. I just did a generic search on it, but about $325, $330. And that is a good intake. And a lot of people think there's not a big difference between these eBay intakes and the higher dollar intakes. Probably not a huge difference, but as far as quality, you're gonna miss out on some quality if you go with an eBay intake. And I've also seen, it's funny, I saw it online somewhere, maybe it was on Facebook, but it was an eBay intake kit on a Camaro, and every time the guy would hit the gas, it would literally, like, what was it? It was the rubber elbow that connects to the intake piping, and every time he hit the gas, it would suck it into the throttle body. So this guy was in the shop, and it was like, customer states vehicle loses power under acceleration. So then you go in there, and this guy's got his eBay intake, and don't get an eBay intake. Moral of the story here: go with a K&N if you want an all-around good intake. The next thing, and this is where we start getting into actually seeing some numbers. You could go with an axle back, or you could just straight up go with a full Catback exhaust. And that's what I did. I've got the Solo Performance exhaust, Catback. There's no cats on the car, but it is a Catback system. Mine has the J pipes, which I really, really like. That Solo Performance put the J pipes on there. And what that does is it eliminates drone inside the cabin, and it's killer, man. Like, I don't have mufflers on the car now, but I still have all the piping from Solo. So literally all I have to do is just drop my custom X pipe and then put the Solo Performance muffler back in, which actually has an X pipe built inside the muffler. It's a design that they call the Mach X. But that is a really nice exhaust system. Again, you don't want to cheap out. Don't go to eBay. What's that one brand? Speed Daddy. I saw them on eBay. I actually saw they had a full exhaust, man. Long tubes, cats, and all the piping, tips, everything for like, I don't know, like $300. I can tell you now, you don't even want to buy $300 headers. It's just not good quality. Now I myself, and I'm a big fan of Texas Speed. I'm a big fan of their quality. I'm a big fan of their price. But I would highly recommend Cooks. If you can get Cooks, do it. Very good headers. If it was up to me the first time around, I probably would have got Cooks. But now that I've got the Texas Speed long tubes on there, I absolutely love them, and I probably wouldn't go back to Cooks. If they had a sale or something, yeah, probably. But I was really impressed with the gains from Texas Speed. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, headers are headers, it's all the same. Absolutely not. It is not all the same, and you get what you pay for. As far as quality, and a little bit on the performance side as well. So, speaking of headers, that's going to be the next thing. Alright, long tube headers. Like I mentioned, I went with the Texas Speed 1 7/8 headers. Now, this is completely up to you. I mean, all of this is up to you. I'm going down the list, and I'm just going to go through what I recommend. But it's your decision, it's your car. I highly advise against going cheap, but let's say if you're on a budget and you literally, like, you think you're never going to be able to afford the higher end products, I mean, try not to go all the way like Speed Daddy cheap, but BBK makes actually a really good product for the money, but they're kind of more more out there on the Ford side of things. But BBK is perfectly fine. BBK makes an awesome product. I had a Cobra and I had some BBK parts on there. So BBK is probably gonna be your nice in between when it comes to headers. You can get long tubes or you can get shorties. I myself got the long tube headers. That's where it's at. You want the long tubes. Long tubes are definitely gonna be one of the bigger items for power adders. So you definitely don't want to cheap out on headers. So if I were going to recommend some, I would say the Texas Speed and Performance headers or the Cooks headers. Okay, so last but not least, a Dyno Tune. chances are, if you've already gone ahead and bought your exhaust, bought your headers, you're already looking into a dyno tune. Now, you could not do a dyno tune. You could get a handheld tuner, which is actually what I started out on. The first thing I'd ever done to my car, I did muffler deletes and a handheld tuner. Which, looking back now, I kind of wish I didn't spend the money on the handheld, because once I got my long tubes on, I basically threw it in the trash and got a dyno tune. So if you're planning on getting a dyno tune at any point, or matter of fact, if you're planning on doing headers, don't even get the handheld. Just wait it out. You can save up, do your headers, and do your dyno tune all at the same time. Dyno tune here cost about $400. So whatever your headers are going to cost, just add about $400 to $500 with tax and everything, and go ahead and add that all in. And once you get those headers installed, go ahead and take it to get a dyno tuned. That's going to be the best thing, because I mean, a lot of those tuners out there, you're spending $300, $400, $500 for a handheld tuner, and a lot of them work pretty well. But once you start modding, you want a custom tune for your car. I know there are a lot of guys out there that send out and write custom tunes for your car and all that, and you can data log and send them all that, and that's cool. But I like the idea of a dyno tune. I want it on the dyno. I want to know what it's making at the wheels, all that good stuff. I'm gonna drop down in the description a link, and this is just gonna be what I recommend, but I'm gonna drop this down in the description, and you know, it'll be directly from the manufacturer's website. You can probably get some of this stuff from third-party vendors a little bit cheaper, but I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the description from the manufacturer's website. Now, what's really going to save you money, and I mean really, is labor. You've got to think, I mean, labor sometimes costs almost as much as the part itself. So cold air intake, you got that. You can put that in yourself. Headers, I'd say that's probably, on a scale 1 to 5, it's probably a 2 to a 2.5 on install. It's really not too bad. Exhaust, super easy. That is just, it's bolt on. Same with the headers, but there are some little things that get in the way when you're doing the headers. But you can definitely do that. So you can do your intake, you can do your headers, you can do your exhaust. Okay, so my camera died. Anyways, what was I saying? If you decide to go with the lowering springs, you could probably do that yourself. It's a lot easier if you have access to a lift and a spring compressor. Install for that, I don't know, maybe 2 hours at a shop. Shop rate around here is about $100 an hour. So if you don't want to do it yourself, probably look to spend about, I don't know, $200 to $250 in labor. Otherwise, there's always jacks and jack stands and a janky AutoZone spring compressor, and you could do it in your driveway. But one of those like almost took off my thumb one time, so I don't even use those. If you're gonna eliminate anything, it's gonna be the dyno tune, as far as what you can do yourself. Everything else you can totally do yourself. It's not that bad, and you're gonna save a lot of money doing it yourself. Anyways guys, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to go back, it's a couple videos ago, but it was the catch can install. I've put some cards up on some of my other videos, you know, click here to win. It's not clickbait, it is legit. I'm trying to get enough views basically to pay for this catch can, and I want to send one out to somebody. Be sure to check that out. Definitely don't want to miss a chance to win a free catch can. Free is always good, and I don't know, I wish I could win a free one. Should. Anyways, okay guys, so like I said, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.